I'm going to show you magical ways of accomplishing that through Qigong. And the best way to learn is by practicing. So get up from your chair and move it away and just get to a point you're feeling comfortable and where you can swing your hands and not hit on anyone, anything. So Qi means energy, life force energy, and Gong means practice. So Qigong is all about generating, managing our energy. It goes back 5,000 years to ancient China, and it's now widely used around the world, increasingly popular here in North America. And one of the more recent branches is Tai Chi that many of you may be aware of. So let's start, and I'm going to, as we go through the practice, I've organized it according to some specific themes, and they're dealing with some of your questions. So let's stand with your feet shoulder width apart and just shrug your shoulders a little bit. Relax your shoulders, soften your gaze, and just take a nice breath in through your nose. Inhale and exhale. And you can count if you want in 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, and out 4, 3, 2, 1. So just continue at your own pace. So you're already sending a message to your brain to slow down, just take it easy. You're activating the parasympathetic system. Relax, rejuvenate. Slowing down our heart rate and just getting ready for our practice, setting the intention. And this is called a standing meditation. One of the aspects of Qigong is meditation. And this is one of the best ways if you need to take a minute and relax. Do standing meditation. Okay, so now let's begin with how do you activate energy? So if you're getting up in the morning, you want to get things going, or you need some energy during the day. So begin by just turning your body left and right. So your body moves, and then your arms follow, okay? And your feet shoulder apart, relax. And now just start to gently start slapping over your belly and over your back. And imagine there's a little line going from your belly button right through to your back. And that place on the back is a major acupressure point called the Ming Man. And it's great for activating, getting a lightning flash of energy. So this is a great way to start activating energy. As I say, it's great for first thing in the morning. It's great middle of the afternoon. Now come start slapping over your upper chest. This is great for activating your respiratory and your immune system. And certainly in a time of COVID, we need to activate our immune system. This is getting at lung acupressure points. Now cup your hand and up onto your shoulder and relax. And our shoulders get sort of stiff, especially hunched over our devices. This is also great for our memory, for our thinking, clearing our thinking. So we need to clear thinking. Just stand up and do this. You can also do this exercise. Come back down. Belly. Let's just go, hands go slow through the water. It's called water waves. So we started by activating our quick energy, the yang energy, and now this is the soft energy, the yin. And we need to balance both. So in these practices today, remember that less is more. You're safe as long as you follow the instructions and never go more than 80% of your max. It's called the underdo principle, that less is more. And I'll show you in a few moments how you can adapt this one for kids. So what I'm doing right now are practices that can work for adults and work for youth, teens. And it's all about beginning with yourself. You can't be an effective parent, teacher, educator, health professional, social service professional if you're not also healing and constantly strengthening yourself. So that's one of the best ways to activate energy. So let's put our hands up to our side and let them drop down. Again, drop down. That's going to drop up. This one swing across in front and swing across up Breathe out. That's what you're saying. You bend your knees a bit and just swing. It's also a great way of activating energy and move our shoulders, upper back, bending bend on your knees. So it's all about getting the energy going, getting it flowing. Energy stagnant like stagnant water. A flowing river never gets stagnant, and an active door hinge never rusts. So it's all about keeping your body going. Motion is potion, right? It's solution. All right, so this is the second one. It's great for activating. Now, a third one is put your hands in front of you and raise it up to your chest, go heart to sky. It's great for stretching the lower back and your chest. And exhale. So inhale through our nose, hold, and we exhale. Inhale a little faster. And exhale. So we're stretching as we're activating energy. Heart to sky. And now just let yourself go gently, go down. And if you can, let your fingers, your hands touch the floor. You can bend your knees, but just remember, go what's where your body is today. Listen to the wisdom of your body. Stay in this inversion for a few seconds. Put our hands together and we'll come up slowly overhead. First time, don't bend back too far. And we come forward. We'll do this 3 times and come up again. This time we'll put back a little bit more. And just feel a nice gentle stretch throughout your whole body. So we're activating energy while we're going through this full body stretch. Then we come back and just do heart to sky 3 times. And one last time. So now just soften your gaze for a moment and just see how your body feels. Just feel the energy should be now flowing up and down through your body, and how you're able to activate. It's all about energy. When energy gets blocked, that's when we get into problems. That's when we get into aches. Right? So the whole theme of Chinese medicine is activating energy and that it's balanced. It's the same in Western medicine. Western medicine is homeostasis. You don't want a particular organ system to get out of whack, like your immune system being too strong or too weak. All right, so that's activating energy. So let's go on. How do you deal with strong emotion, negative emotion? So I'm going to go through some practices for this. And again, these things you do for yourself, and these will work great for teens, and I'll show you how you can adapt a couple of these when I go for kids, because I'm going to do a session at the end called Grandpa Harvey's Kid Routine I do with my grandkids. One of the best is shaking. And just let your body, let your shoulders relax. So you're shaking more through the core of your body. You can bounce up on your heels a bit. It's a great way for giving a skeleton wake up call. And this just, if you've got negative thoughts, just let it go, let it go. And you can just make a ha sound. Just ha, feel the release, let it go. Ha, once more. Ah, you know, see athletes before the start of a race of that, they're naturally, they're shaking because they try and get rid of pent up too much energy and just letting it go to get relaxed to start the race. Okay, hands up in front. Let's move our wrists up and down because we don't flex our wrists enough working our devices. Turn them over the other way. Now, squeeze your hands in and out to the side, and down. And come down and just shake, shake, shake. So this is incredibly good at just purging negative emotion thoughts. If you're really sort of feeling down, just start to shake, shake, and now just slow it down, slow it down. Let's see how you feel. It's a little tingling of energy. It's clear. It's hard to be thinking negative thoughts when you're shaking and when you're purging, letting it go, right? So that's something, and kids love doing this one too, I can tell you. All right. Next one is tiger arm swing. So bring your hand up and make tiger claws. And we're going to come down, out to the side, up a bit, and then so raise your motion twice. So we bend our knees, bend again. Okay. So we're coming down, exhaling. So down, exhaling. In the tiger, it's claws. Rid of that animal tiger energy. It's a great way to purge too. Just think of any negative thoughts, just grab them, let them go. So let them go, fling them out, let them go. One more time, come back to center, let's cross our hands. And now we're going to move them out quickly and make a real tiger sound. Do this once more, so we really need to let go of some nasty thought and emotion. It's all about letting it go, purging. Now, another way in which we can really help ourselves if feeling really anxious and slow down is through some breath work. So put your hands over your belly. And I'll teach a version of this for grandkids a little bit later called the belly balloon. And just imagine your hands just below your belly button, and as you inhale through your nose, just extend your abdomen out, and exhale from the back. Inhale, and exhale slowly. You can soften your gaze. Inhale. So often we're caught up reacting, fight or flight. It's the parasympathetic system. And when we do that with stress, it's generating adrenaline and cortisol that are good for the moment, but really are bad for our organ systems. And this is all about activating the parasympathetic system. So instead of fight or flight, this is rest, relax, rejuvenate. Just do this, close your eyes, and just let your mind be calm. So let's continue this. Put one hand up over your chest. So now as you breathe in, we're going to breathe in from our belly and up to our ribs and up to our chest. And down from ribs, chest to belly, okay? So it's belly, ribs, chest, hold. This way we're activating our whole internal capacity and our internal lungs. And too often we're just breathing through the lungs and we're neglecting our bellies. And look at opera singers and athletes, they know to get more oxygen. You need to breathe with belly and the lungs. So it's belly, ribs, chest, hold, and down, chest, ribs. So again, these are both really powerful ways of slowing down and feeling anxious. Another way of doing this is called sipping breath. So we're going to take 4 sips into our mouth and raise our hands as we do. So we'll do again 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come to 4, you put your hands together as fists, and then we let air out and blow it all the way, okay? So we're bringing in 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. This is bringing up energy all up through our back channel. Bring up energy up to our brain. So our brain, let it release. Once more. Sip, 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 hold, and release. So that's how you can use breath work. And another way of dealing with strong emotions is through some various body holds and acupressure points. One of the best, if you're feeling down or if one of your children is, put your hand on your forehead and one on the back of your head. You can do this yourself. This is really great if you're feeling anxious, feeling overwhelmed. Or if your child is doing that, you can go and just as you're sitting, you can put it over them as well. So it's great for yourself, great to help a family member. And just close your eyes, soften your gaze, and just breathe in slowly through your nose. And exhale. Breathe in. Great way for calming anxiety. And one way we've used this is in palliative care. My wife's mom was close to passing away 2 years ago, and we were with her, and often you don't know what to do as family members, but we knew about this practice, so I put my hand over Joan's forehead and back of her neck, and she was very, very agitated. And then just slowly over the next few minutes, she just started to breathe more slowly and calm down. So this is a great practice you can use for all ages, on yourself. A second one is to put pressure on your shoulders. There's a number of acupressure points going across our shoulders. Just take your fingers and just press down. Do it kind of medium, hard pressure. This is also good for when you're feeling anxious. And then bring your arms in closer to yourself and give yourself a hug. How often do we give ourselves a hug? Do we give ourselves a permission to give ourselves a hug? Just keep pressure on your shoulders and just hug and just feel your warm heart. Send loving kindness to your heart. Open your heart's compassion for yourself, for others. It's all about healing ourselves, and then we're positioned to heal, to teach others, our family, our students, our friends, our community. So you can do this lying down if you've been anxious lying in bed at night. You can do most Qigong practices you can do standing, sitting, or lying down. So you can adapt them to depending where your body is today, and also if you have some limitations. All right. A third one is dealing with depression, and we want to get in at the back. Below the skull where the cord is on both sides. There's major points right here, right? So you're going to put your hands together and your thumbs up, and you're going to just cup your fingers over the back of your skull, and then use that to be able to press in either side. And this is great for your students are sitting there before an exam, or you're feeling down or upset about it. This is a great way to calm down. Great way for integrating our brain, integrating the older part of our brain with the new part from the cortex. You can press, you can move your fingers around a little bit. So this then is the third body acupressure points that we can do for managing emotions. So this one's mainly for feeling anxiety, example before an exam, and this one is really great one if you're feeling down, low, or depressed. You really need to calm yourself. Just give yourself a big positive self-esteem hug. Okay, so we've done activated energy. We've gone through a number of practices for dealing with a range of emotions. And let's now, what do you do when you've got a pain in the neck, pain in the back? So I'm going to give us some stretches for that. And one of the best is spinal cord breathing. So come hands out, inhale. And as we exhale, round your back, bring your arms in, just exhale through your nose. So inhale, arch back, and we exhale. This is stretching the lower back, stretching chest and upper back. This is a great exercise because you're probably like me. I spend way too much time sitting on my chair in front of my device and I'm hunched over and I just feel that whole cringe. You can do this sitting at the front of your chair. Sometimes I'll just take a break for a minute and just do these. I'm sitting in my chair or I'll stand up. Spinal cord breathing. It's one of the absolute best. Dealing with back, chest, just clearing, stretch, let go. Just hold it for a moment. Yes. We'll do one more. Okay. Now we'll do one more specifically for the chest. So we're going to put our palms together, but we're going to do it behind our back. And if you have trouble with that, you can just put your hand on your butt or the palms together. The advantage of having your palms together is when you squeeze them, then you're going to get a nice stretch across the chest. So this gives an added benefit of giving our chest a nice stretch while we start moving your head in slow circles. And go slowly. Less is more. Qigong is the art of effortless motion. Flow like a river. Just nice, slow. Going in one direction. Our necks get so stiff. Our heads are 12 to 14 pounds. They're huge weight, and our neck holds up. A lot of times we're hunched over. Neck strain, so calm. So this is one way of stretching out when it hurts. Go the other direction slowly. It's also good for strengthening and stretching. So you can help to prevent. Okay, one more circle. So now stay at one side and just make little circles. One side, small circles, and I can really feel that all down the side of my neck into the trapezius muscle. And you can sigh if you want. Just sigh and just feel the relief of part of my neck today. And your body will be different on each side. So today, this side of mine is sore. And do a bit wider circles. Other direction, bigger circles, and make them smaller and smaller. Over to the other side, we'll begin the side with small circles in one direction. Gradually make them a little bigger. Press your palms together. Do what feels good for you today. Now at the top, let's just do the reverse. More circles and gradually let them become smaller. Okay. Let's take a moment now and let's take stock, see how you're feeling. Mind should be calmer. Feel relaxed, just feeling sense of balance. We've had nice stretches. I'll do one last stretch. This is called the bear stretches. So put your feet more than shoulder width apart, kind of in the horse stance. Make sure that you're well grounded like a tree, right? We'll put our hands on our knees and just turn slowly over to your right. I'm going to my left because I'm mirroring you. And just put head up the sky and just gradually turn, and you can use your opposite arm to push a little bit more. Come across slow over to the other side. Bears, they love to stretch their necks. They get really stiff. Or someone told. This is great twist, not just your neck, but just torso of the body. Come back over to the other side. Stretch. Once more over this way. So now I start moving. One arm goes behind and one arm in front. And swing and come across. Bend down as you're coming over and then extend your arm up a bit. Just twist and pull that, stretching back. And the other direction. This is a great twist of the whole body, neck, shoulders, your spine, legs. Qigong, overall, a total body workout. Your body, your mind, your spirits, and your emotions. All integrated. Okay. So we finished our stretches. So we're going to go into one final sequence before I do the grandkids routine. Now, stretches you can do at any time during the day. Early in the day, you should go a bit slower. Make sure you warm up, particularly with the neck. And they're great if you've been working for a long period of time to do the spinal cord breathing and do neck stretches. So now let's your hands up in front. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to do flows. And the flowing part, Qigong, is where all the energy now gets balanced and gets centered. And just think of a little string holding up your wrist. So your shoulders are really soft and your wrists are soft. And inhale through your nose. And exhale. It's called opening the flow. It's one of those basic but beautiful Qigong moves. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. Just let your breath. Arms gently move with your breath. I said that flow movements of Qigong, it's mindfulness in motion. Savoring each moment. Slow and just our mind becomes calm. Emotions are steady. Physical body's feeling energized, but now just becoming balanced. And our spirits are uplifted, feeling good about ourselves, good about the day, good about the world. You can do this for 5 minutes. This is great to do at night just before you go to bed and want to calm down, or any other time during the day. And you can use it to manage emotion if you're feeling anxious or if your children is. Let's just do the flow together. It's great for you to do it together. One more. Another flow parallels that we did a bit earlier is called water waves. So just imagine, and you're just swinging your torso, right? You're not, shoulders and head, nothing is moving. Your arms are just, the body moves and the arms are just flowing through beautiful water, and just breathe natural. Just imagine up at the lake. It's now summer and getting COVID behind. And we just in there, just letting our hands glide across the water. It's beautiful. Calm, it just sends messages to your brain, everything else. Everything is fine. Beautiful water. It activates the soft energy, as I said, the yin and the yang energies. And we need both. We need that spark of energy, and we need to do something quickly, the yang energy. And then we need this soft, smooth energy when we need to go slow and be in the moment. We need them to be balanced, not one dominating. So Qigong is all about generating and then balancing our energies. Okay, so we're going to do one final one before we do our kids' routine. Take your arms and rise up to the side. Breathe in, inhale. As you come uphill, your palms face your body, kind of wash down. So this is called pulling down the heavens. The heavens are getting energy from the stars and the sun from the moon. And wash down our body. Gathering energy from the earth, mixing it with heavens. Inhale. And then exhale. Through your nose all the time. Inhale. Inhale. This time, let's just pause for a moment. Our mind, brain, our wisdom, sending energy, calming our mind, coming down to our heart, calming our emotions, down to our belly, the center of our physicality. Those are known as the three treasures. Inhale. Let's do this one more time. And this is a beautiful flow to do. You should feel centered and balanced. So just put your hands over your belly for a moment. Soften your gaze. See how you're feeling. Think back to where you were 20 minutes ago. Soften your gaze. If you want to bring your feet close together, you can, and hands lower to your belly, and just let yourself sway, soften your eyes. This is called bamboo in the wind. So you visualize bamboo in a gentle breeze, bends but never breaks. Just visualize, bask in how your body's feeling now. Energized. Purge any negative thoughts, emotions. Balance your energy. Okay. So that's kind of the essence of different sequences of a Qigong practice. This will work well for adults and certainly for youth. When you're dealing with kids, my experience of many with grandkids, I now have 8. I had one born 2 weeks ago. Lenny, it'll be a little bit before Lenny will be doing Qigong with me, but certainly with my others. And I find it's basically just make it fun. You know, it's gamification. So we can, I'll show you how we did some of the earlier practices and we make it fun. So if we go back to water waves or knocking on the door of life, I was called it, let's do some helicopter spins, and you can have them slap on your belly if they want, or just let them flow and make the sound whir, 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 whir. And they can move around the room if they want a bit too. Like, you know, your grandkids or kids, it's important just to make it playful, make this fun. So this is great for activating energy. They've been sitting, watching too much on their digital devices or TV, and you want to get them up and just get them on energy. Let's do these helicopter spins. Whir, whir, whir. Another one, and I know my boys really like this one. He's shaking, and I love this one. Okay, let's all shake. And just really do it in freaky movements around. And it's great again if they're feeling sluggish or they're really kind of stuck, you know, in a sour mood. Let's just shake it out, shake your hands, and they can shake around the room. And I just find them go crazy. Just shake, 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 shake. Again, it's all about making it fun. And I watch them. Basically, we play with each other and we'll sequence off moves with each other. So shaking is a great one again for activating energy, but really if they're stuck in a negative mood and just want to help them let go, shaking works really, really well. Another one is, remember we did the abdomen breathing. So I call this this is the belly balloon. And pretend you're got a balloon in your belly, and let's inflate the balloon by inhaling. And exhale, deflate the balloon. Let's inhale the balloon. This is a great one for helping. kids calm down when they get so up and hyper. And again, it's activating their parasympathetic system. Their nervous systems are the same as ours. They're developing. So, belly balloons, so just make a game. And so many of the Qigong practices evolved 5,000 years ago by watching animals and by watching the wind swaying the bamboo. So a lot of the practices are named and modeled after animals. So let's do a fun one the kids like. This is called Dog Wags Its Tail. So we just pretend, and all my grandkids each have a dog. So let's get Larry here and Kirby here. Sometimes I'll hold the dog up, but let's give our tails wag and move around. Let's see it. This is great for lateral movement. And you can make dog sounds if you want. Ruff, 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 ruff. So this is lateral movement. Again, it's really great for they've been sitting around too long and need to stretch. Dog wags its tail. Another one is a dragon. So put your hands together. Let's create fire. Be the dragon's breath. So now we're going to our feet close together, and we're going to go out and we're going to swim like a dragon. Swimming dragons, moving hands, swirling left and right, going down low, sides, up overhead. And if you want to try and go up on your tiptoes, let's start tiptoes. Kids, I can do it. Grandpa can, you can. Swimming dragon. This is great for flexibility and spinal, major mobility. And again, if kids have been sitting around too long. Up again, overheads. And I find I have to alter how long I'll do a particular practice. It's usually a lot shorter than adults. And adults, maybe you'll do a practice, for 1, 2, even 3 minutes, depending on the practice. These we move around more. Bird. It's a great one to adults for shoulders. It's called the rooster flaps its wings, but we can do this and we can flop around and we can move around like we're a rooster. Ruff, ruff, rock-a-doodle-doo, and we make our noises. So we turn around as roosters. And then we can move on to another one that's really good helping calm down. It's flying birds. Bring our hands up to the side. Let them float down. So we're birds, we're just flying. Inhale, and exhale. This is great. You've done some activating. Water waves are shaking. Now let's slow down, calm down. Let's go flying. Bird flying. Another version of this that's really kind of cool is put your feet foot in front of the other and start swinging your arms. And this is called overhead flying. I find the kids love to do this one. So let's hear, we're lifting ourselves up in the air. Up now, we can see our house, we can see our yard. We're flying high up together. Let's go even higher. Higher, higher up. We can see all of Toronto. Let's go to do the other direction. Flying. We're flying over all of Canada. All of North America, Turtle Island. Now we can see our whole planet. All right, let's come down to Earth. Coming down, coming down. So flying and they're flying, those are really kind of fun ones. Another one that can be useful for helping with emotions, and it's a beautiful one, it's called cloudy hands. So basically, one hand up in front and we turn, comes across. You raise the other hand and turn and bring it across. So you're just moving your body like this. And let your arm float up across your heart. And it comes down, the other arm floats up. And I think imagine just moving away the dark clouds. And now we'll just bring away the beautiful white clouds with our hands. No dark clouds with us today now. cloudy hands and help them. These are imagining they walk around them. I'll do one more. Okay. So I'm going to end with a sequence that kids love, but I tell you, people of all ages love this one. It's from a routine, an ancient one called Pal Dan Gum from Korea region. And it's the 8 silken movements. And these are the final 2 of the 8 silken movements. These are not silken, these are really cool. So let's make fists, and we're going to punch, okay? Move around the front and go pow, pow. And we're going to move to one side, go pow, pow. And across the other side, pow, pow. And come to the center. We're going to do this 3 times. Then the last time, we're going to bend over, arms up, and we're going to make a lion's roar. Okay? So, okay, kids, we're going to do the lion's roar, but we got to do our pow pows before we do that one. So are you ready? And this is an incredible way of releasing energy. You ready? I want to hear you. Okay, pow pow, from the direction, pow pow, in the direction, pow pow, right, pow pow, pow pow, direction, pow pow, right, pow pow, pow pow, pow pow, arms down. Roar. I want to hear that lion roar once more. Ready? Roar. Now just hold it, just bend over now. Slowly, slowly come back up. Then I got one final routine. My wife hates it, but my kids love it. That's called monkey face. So let's get up close and look at each other. And we're going to make monkey faces. You ready? Okay, go. And I defy you to be frowning when you're making monkey faces. It's really hard to be down sad making monkey faces. Okay. So I've showed how I do various adaptations for kids. We call this Grandpa Harvey's kids routine. But you know your own kids, or if you're a teacher, what's appropriate for the different sort of age ranges. All I know, and you know how to, you just make it playful. And you do each one for about the right amount of time. And we went through about a dozen. Probably you might only do 2 or 3 or 4, or maybe only 1. You might want to just do shaking, or you might want to do helicopter spins just to, you know, at the start of a class, or when your child's sort of getting up in the morning and trying to get them activated, do a helicopter spin. So why don't we bring our chairs together, and we now have a bit of time for questions. I've tried to anticipate some of your questions and give some answers, but let's see what's on your mind and how you're feeling from. I feel always great. You know, the best energy today is just 30 minutes away by doing these practices. So thank you for joining me.
Thanks, Harvey. That was great. I definitely feel more relaxed after that session. We do have some questions. Somebody asked, how many times do we do these exercises for, or for how long?
That's a great question. So it really depends. And you have to fit it, like for adults, or to like fit it into your basically your life stage, your lifestyle. If you're really ambitious, you can do Qigong every day, and I pretty well do Qigong every day, just as well as doing mindfulness every day. But even if you can only do it once a week, a couple times a week, when I do the stress busting practice, we do it on Mondays and Thursdays, 30 minutes. 30 minutes for adults, I find, is a really nice period of time to get in and to go through activating energy, purging negative energy, stretching, and doing some breath work, and then ending with some beautiful flows. As you get more into it, you might do, times will do an hour or more, but 30 minutes. But Teacher Bell, one of my teachers, has this marvelous 12-minute routine. In fact, that's the first time I learned Qigong, and that's available on, we have a handout for today's session that we'll make available. So at the end, I have listed various contacts and resources, and Lee Holden is one of my main teachers, so he has a lot of short videos, like 7 minutes or 3 minutes, right? And so it's, when you start off, go easy, you know, and I would start with less is more, and then you know, build it up. Each actual practice, when I'm normally teaching, I would spend about maybe 2 minutes on each one, 2 or 3, you know, as we go through the sequence. And sometimes would spend more and sometimes less. So that will vary. And yeah, and you know, when you first start doing it, it seems a bit strange. It certainly did to me, but now of all the practices I've done in my many years, because I was a runner forever, all these other things, and I'm dealing with the aches and pains of, and the stiffness of, you know, overusing, you know, just running too much. And Qigong is just beautiful for aging gracefully. But I find youth, my students at York, I had them do this at the part of the class. They come in, they're so stressed, and it just, we spend 15-20 minutes and it just gets them right into the space to be calm and to really learn. So it works, again, great with youth. And I find with my grandkids, younger kids, it's really, it's fun, you know, great thing for me to as a grandpa, but also to have my kids have some things that they can use to, you know, help their children manage, you know, when they're feeling down or other sorts of things. So short answer, it depends, you know, fit it into your life stage and your practice. Start easy though.
Great, thank you. We do have another minute for any other questions, if anybody has any. Someone says, tell me your favorite moment for calming kinder students before we sit together in a class.
Favorite for calming. I think if they're sitting, basically you could do abdominal breathing. Put your hands over your belly and just breathe in through the nose. Always end out through the nose. Right? Hold and out. And just try to visualize. Visualize a noise, distant noise, or something. You know, that's a great way to just quickly calm before sort of starting of a class. If you know, in the middle of the morning and you've got to kind of generate more energy, or you know, coming in after lunch, and sometimes you need, and that's where things like shaking and others work really well. And middle afternoon to do the lion's roar, that routine, boy, that really gets everybody pumped up. And I find little kids love that one. I do it with students, they love that. I love doing it. So so there's a variety of ones you can use, and say try ones out. Which ones seem to work best for you?
Great, thanks. And one more question. Do these activities need to be done on an empty stomach, or can we do them at any point of the day? Is there an ideal time to get them done?
I wouldn't do them on an empty stomach, but I wouldn't do it right after a meal. So probably wait an hour after a meal. You can do them any time of the day. In the morning, they're great for, you go a little more like the AM routine, and my teachers, Yvonne has his morning routine, and that's much more activating energy. And the evening routine is much more, you know, at the end, doing more of the flows where you really want to calm down, integrate it, you know, for the time of the day. And then during the day, like I really, the best thing you do, like a hunched over the computer, is to just sit up in front of my chair and just do spinal cord breathing. Do that 3 or 5 times, or you can do shaking here in your chair. Or if I really need to calm down, this is something a person out early could do in the classroom. Well, let's do floating arms. So breathe in and soften your, close your eyes and just float our arms. It's a great way of just And I personally find movement helps me, and my wife is very into mindfulness meditation for 30 years. Absolutely loves that. I find Qigong works a bit better for me because I find the movement, I find then that really calms my body and calms my mind, and then I can get into mindfulness. So it varies. So those are a couple of very simple things that you can use or do. But get the handout that will be available, and I have some resources at the end of that, and it describes a number of the practices today. I've gone through some of those in detail. And the link to the stress busting website, if you're interested. We just finished the spring series, but starting this fall around the middle of September, we'll be running, I'll be teaching it twice a week at noon hour, and you're welcome to join. So it's been a real pleasure to be with you today.
Yeah, thank you. That was great. We really appreciate you taking the time to help us all stretch and practice Qigong and relax and have some tools to move on with our days. So thank you very much, Dr. Skinner. We really appreciated it.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.